guys? Merv here. I'm here with my buddy Phil.
What's up, guys?
And yeah, so this is his beautiful AMG. I'll let him talk about it briefly, and yeah, I'll let him just give a quick rundown on what you got here. So go ahead.
Thanks, man. So it's a 2018 E63S, and I daily the car. It's a great daily. It kind of does a little bit of everything. It checks all the boxes for me. It has a good amount of power. Sounds pretty good. It's reliable for the most part, and it's pretty comfortable and luxurious as well. So kind of just ticks all the boxes. I haven't done too much to the car. I'm keeping it like relatively conservative in terms of pushing it because I daily the car.
Right.
But it's a lot of fun. I have a couple things done to it, so it's lowered a bit. I have downpipes tuned, some intakes and blow-off valves, but that's pretty much the extent of, of what's done to it.
All the fun bits to make your driving experience that much more fun on a daily basis.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah, which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you guys can tell, this I'm pretty sure isn't. You couldn't get this paint color factory, so you want to show us, because I know he wrapped this car last year. You've done a few improvements here and there over time, but so tell me about the green and why you chose it, and yeah, I'm just very curious about that.
So it was always like a toss-up between getting satin green or a satin black, but I'm sure, as you're aware, a lot of people have satin black cars and matte black cars, so I thought I'd try to be a little bit more unique, I guess, without trying to be too in your face. Like, it's not like a chrome gold or something. I wanted to stand out a little bit, but not too much. So had the car wrapped last summer. Got a pretty good deal at a really cool shop, and they do great work. It's called Expose, by the way. So they do awesome work. They're super professional, and they wrapped the car. They had it for a week. I chose this satin pine green. It's by Tech Wrap.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I like that. Depending on what angle you look at it, it like the color shifts a little bit. You know, it's cool, and probably depending on the sunlight and all that, it keeps it like I'm sure in pictures, maybe for photographers and that, they have to get certain lighting and adjustments, you know, to get that perfect for it to pop. But it's nice, man. I think. Yeah,
in the direct sunlight, it's very just not washed out, but it's all like uniform. And then when you have a bit of shade, you get like green and black and the kind of like shifting between the two. So it's fun.
And what is it about like what gravitated you to getting like an AMG or a Mercedes specifically? Like, is there any like story behind that, or just always has been one of those dream cars for you?
I love the AMG V8s. It was kind of a dream for me to pick one of those up. I had another Mercedes before. I had a C300 before. Yes,
that's how I met you.
Which was the roots, you know. Yeah. So I wanted to stick Mercedes, but I definitely wanted more power and primarily the sound. That's what was a lot of fun for me.
Just that alone is worth the price. I feel like.
Yeah. I feel like in today's market, there's so much competition between brands: BMW, Audi, Mercedes, whatever. And each car is built in a way that you'll always have someone for the car. Like, there's always a car for you that that fits what you're looking for.
Right.
And this one, in terms of looks, power, sound, reliability, just kind of checked all the boxes for me. You know, so that's the reason behind it.
Yeah. I was telling one of my buddies yesterday, because he's really big into JDM, and I was telling him that there's one thing I have to give German cars credit for, is that they always have those cars that kind of does everything.
Yeah.
You know, like they always have a model for whatever you need. Like if you want a sports sedan that literally you can take your kids to school and go to work right after, like you can do it comfortably, but you can still have that sporty feel if you miss that from like, you know, being in a sports car before. So it kind of does everything well. And the fact that this is all-wheel drive too, you can enjoy it in the winter, you know.
Absolutely.
It's not one of those things that you have to store for like 5-6 months, you know.
No, this gets daily every day, all year long.
Yeah.
And it's fun because just like the M5, I don't know about the RS7, but you can actually disconnect the rear. So you can, the all-wheel drive system. So you can have it rear-wheel drive as well. So you can kind of toggle between the two and, you know, drift, donuts, whatever
Wow.
buffoonery you want to get into, and then
Yeah.
go right back into all-wheel drive.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Oh, this is a always we're intrigued by these cars. I'm finally gonna experience what like a real AMG is like with the V8 and everything. I'm so glad that they're you know, as you know, there was a big thing with the going to 4-cylinder hybrid thing. I know there was a lot of flack for that. I think they got the message, and I think they're going back to V8. No,
I don't know if they're
is
going
that the
back
rumor?
or if that was rumors or not.
Okay.
But I think they did learn the new C63 that had the 4-cylinder
Yeah.
F1 technology.
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
It got like close to 0 sales.
Yeah, I heard
so
it didn't
they're
do
pulling
it.
it actually. So I
Damn.
hope at least maybe in some of the newer models, maybe they'll continue with the same 4-liter V8.
Mhm.
Maybe they'll develop a hybrid. I don't know, but it would
Like-
be really cool to see them continue it.
Yeah, seriously. All right, man. Well, let's go for a quick drive. I'm down to see what this car can do.
Sounds good.
All right, so we're rolling now. This thing, man, just the startup, like off camera, just sounded so. Even though did the valves open when you started actually, or is it just?
Well, I have a little like.
Oh, you have a switch.
Yeah,
that,
because the stock valves don't open all the way.
Okay.
So I installed this module from Rentec that will open up the valves like 100% or close 100%.
Okay. And for people that don't know, like, what's the specs like for horsepower figures for this car?
So stock was somewhere between 600 and 650 because all the German companies they lie about.
Yeah, they always understate.
Exactly.
But what is the I guess you could say the brochure numbers for these? It's like 600 or something, or
I think it's around like 603 for the E63 and then 612 for the E63S, something like that kind of thing.
All right. And you got this thing tuned recently, I believe. So what is it at now?
So now with the downpipes and tune, it's pushing around 800 and 1,000 torque.
My God. All right, so I can confirm for everyone watching this is going to be the fastest car we're about to experience right now. The second fastest was probably like a 650 horsepower Supra. That thing was pretty quick, but I mean, this being automatic and like all-wheel drive, it's gonna really hit me pretty good. So yeah, you guys are probably gonna enjoy this genuine experience. But yeah.
And one thing you'll notice, well, maybe I don't know if you'll feel it as much since you're not driving, but this car is really heavy. So as much as you do have like a lot of power, you do feel like, especially when you're going around turns and corners, the handling's great, but you feel the weight of the car. So, you know, if I had to compare this to like one of the newer M3s or like an M340i, they don't need anywhere near as much power to keep up with this thing, right? Just because of the weight difference and just in general,
for sure,
how heavy this car is.
Change the focus. All right, guys, here we go. Let's see what happens here. Probably wasn't even half of that throttle.
Nah, we were low RPMs. We were low RPMs.
That was nothing. But damn. Oh my God. Yeah, this thing. Definitely.
But you feel the weight, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but I mean, I felt the rear squat a little bit when you gave it the sauce, you know. That's cool. Oh, wow. Like I know what you mean with the weight there. Like I feel like this is more of a straight line car than a corner carver. But I mean, this for me, this is like German muscle car, you know.
Pretty much, yeah.
Every time I think of like the equivalent of what like a Hellcat Charger or whatever, like I think of these the AMGs, like the E classes and the C class V8s. Like, that's for me. That's the sweet spot for German muscle.
Yeah, no, they're definitely a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh, go again. the crackles and pops too when you let off.
Yeah.
So good.
And that's not even like part of the tune. That's just like those are stock.
Yeah.
Which I like as well.
Exactly. I see what you mean with the intakes.
Yeah.
Like it's really when you let off that you hear it. When you're in it, you don't hear it as much.
Yeah. You can hear like a little bit of induction, but I find it's more. But I have blow off valves too, so that's kind of like what you're hearing.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah. Let's do it. Whoa. Jeez, bro. That's insane.
It still gets me too. I'm like, oh, that was so much fun.
God. Jeez, yeah. I've never felt something like that. Jeez, man. Woo. Oh, man. I can't wait to see that. Like, rewatch that.
Yeah.
It's like, I literally went like this, man. So if you had any gripes about the car, well, what would you, if you had to say like a few negatives that you feel like since you've owned this car for a bit over a year now, what would you say, like some things that you don't like about it?
Definitely the like induced engine sounds in the cabin is like probably #1 thing that I really dislike about the car. Here? All right. It's very artificial. Like you can really tell that it's like it's so unauthentic, you know?
Yeah.
It sounds like anyways, to me it kind of like ruins the experience a little bit when you're, especially when you're doing like a launch or a pull or something.
Yeah.
It just takes away from the actual sound.
Like with all the things you've done, like in terms of mods and stuff, you think that's how it should have came from factory? You feel like with like the sounds and everything that's making now? Like I feel like maybe stock it was a lot quieter than this for sure.
Yeah. The car was really like, that's one thing that I think all E63 owner or even C63 owners too can agree on, is that they're very, very quiet from stock. And the crappy thing about it is that they don't have any really options for mods that you can do to the exhaust other than downpipes.
Okay.
So like if you chop your mufflers off, it's like a whole nightmare problem thing where it's gonna send the car into limp mode.
Really?
There's no resonators, so there's literally just the cats. And am I going like in here?
Straight
okay.
here, and then you're gonna turn left, then just follow it. It's gonna bring you back towards Tim's.
So you literally just have cats and the mufflers, which you can't touch. So your only option is to do downpipes.
Okay.
And downpipes on this car are really expensive, so I guess I'll add that. That's my second thing.
Yeah.
Modifying this car is so expensive, even compared to other German cars, like just cars in general. Tuning is so expensive, I guess just because the aftermarket platform isn't there for Mercedes as much as it is for Audi or BMW. Like BMW, you can buy a downpipe for like, I don't know, 500, 600, 700 bucks.
Yeah.
Tune for 1,500 and you're set. This is like, for the downpipes, tune, you know, all the stuff it requires, it's it was quite expensive, like, so that kind of sucks for me.
Okay. But with that, there's still a lot of positives that I imagine you like about this. I mean, obviously, you got an AMG. That's something that you've always wanted, a V8.
Yeah.
Like you said earlier, it ticks off all the boxes in terms of everyday practicality, livability, stuff like that. Like you can't get that in like any Japanese. Like there's not that many out there, and it won't give you the same performance either. A luxury like this interior, it's a 2018. Like my Audi S3 is a 2018 too, but I feel like this is like it's like a first class experience here, man. Like just the fit and finish, the carbon fiber everywhere. It's really nice. It's a really nice place to be.
Thanks, man. Honestly. Yeah, I really enjoy it.
Like this is one of those cars that can take the drag strip, and if you have like your friend's wedding like a couple hours later, you can hop in a suit and you can go to it right away. You know, like it's very nice.
I like you. I like sex. It's nice.
Well, it's the with Mercedes, it's like, depending on the class you're going with, you know, you have the C class, which is very much geared towards, like, if you get a C63, it's smaller, more performance, more like aggressive and just brutal. And then the E class is like a nice middle of the road where you get like luxury and performance.
Yeah.
So that's nice. And then you get S class, which is just like, you know,
that's
like you're sitting in a private jet.
Yeah, pretty much. Alright guys, well that's going to conclude today's video. I just want to say thanks, Phil, again for taking me for a ride in your baby here.
My pleasure.
It was quite a treat. I'm looking forward to watching the launch control portion of that video. I have no words but just wow. This car is awesome. Thank you so much for not only treating me but to the viewers too for this thing. It's sick.
Anytime.
So if there's anything you want to add, like your Instagram or anything, if people want to follow you, you can say it. I'll leave it in the bottom too of the video. So where can people follow you if they want to see more of your car? So
Instagram and TikTok, I think, is V8 AMG Lover, but LUVR.
Okay.
So that's it. I don't. I mean, it's just for fun, you know. I don't. I'm not super into posting and whatnot, but it's nice to engage with people, meet new people. Sure. So if ever anyone wants to send me a DM, go for a drive, take pictures, I'm always down.
Yeah. Alright, man. Well, thanks again, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that goodness, and yeah, peace, guys.